Have you ever seen the movie Limitless? Or maybe Lucy? The idea is fascinating, right? A simple pill unlocks the full 100% of our brain's potential, turning an ordinary person into a superhuman genius overnight. We've all heard the myth: we only use 10% of our brains. So, what would really happen if we could unlock that other 90%? Would we become telekinetic, learn languages in minutes, or predict the stock market? Well, I'm here to burst that bubble, but also to show you something even more incredible. The whole "we only use 10% of our brain" thing. It's one of the most persistent myths in popular science. The truth is, you're already using 100% of your brain, just not all at once. Think of your brain like a major city's power grid. It wouldn't turn on every single light, appliance, and machine in the entire city at the exact same moment, right? That would cause a catastrophic overload. Instead, power is distributed where it's needed, when it's needed. One neighborhood is waking up, while another is winding down. Your brain works in a very similar way. Neuroscientists using tools like fMRI and PET scans have shown this clearly. Even when you're just resting, seemingly doing nothing, your brain is humming with activity. The auditory cortex is processing sounds, the visual cortex is interpreting what you see, and the prefrontal cortex is busy with your thoughts. Different parts of your brain are constantly firing, working together in a complex, beautifully coordinated symphony. When you walk, talk, eat, or even just dream, different neural networks light up. You use virtually every part of your brain over the course of a day. So let's rephrase the question. What if we could turn on every single neuron in our brain at the exact same time? Instead of becoming a super genius, the result would be ... Well, not pretty. Imagine every neuron firing simultaneously. This wouldn't be a state of heightened consciousness. It would be a massive, uncontrollable neural seizure. All your circuits would be firing at once, creating a chaotic electrical storm. Your senses would be overwhelmed with a meaningless flood of information. Your muscles would all contract at once, leading to convulsions. You wouldn't be able to form a single coherent thought. It would be a state of total system overload, a biological short circuit that would likely be fatal. So, the idea of using 100% of our brain all at once isn't the key to unlocking human potential. It's a recipe for disaster. But this brings up a more interesting point. The brain's efficiency doesn't come from using more of it, but from using it smarter. The brain is an energy hog. It weighs only about 2% of our body mass, but it consumes a whopping 20% of our oxygen and calories. Because of this high energy cost, our brain has evolved to be incredibly efficient. One of the key processes for this efficiency is called synaptic pruning. When we're babies, our brains have an enormous number of neural connections. As we grow and learn, the brain strengthens the connections we use frequently and gets rid of the ones we don't. It's like a gardener. It's pruning a rose bush to encourage stronger, healthier blooms. This process refines our neural circuits, making them faster and more efficient. It's not about having more connections. It's about having the right connections. So, the real secret to unlocking our brain's potential isn't about using more of it, but about building and strengthening the networks we need. And how do we do that? The answer is less like a sci-fi movie and more like everyday life: learning, practice, and experience. Every time you learn a new skill, whether it's playing the guitar, learning a new language, or even mastering a video game, you are physically changing your brain. You are forging new neural pathways and strengthening existing ones. This is a concept known as neuroplasticity. Your brain is not a static, fixed organ. It's dynamic, adaptable, and constantly remodeling itself based on your experiences. Let's take learning a language as an example. When you first start, it's difficult. Your brain is working hard to create new connections between sounds, symbols, and meanings. But as you practice, these connections become stronger and more automatic. The pathway becomes a well-worn highway instead of a rough dirt track. You start thinking in the new language without consciously translating. You've literally rewired your brain. The same goes for physical skills. A professional athlete's brain looks different from a novice's. The parts of the brain controlling movement, the cerebellum and motor cortex, have highly refined and efficient circuits for their specific sport. They've practiced a movement so many times that it becomes second nature, executed with incredible speed and precision. They're not using more of their brain, they're using the relevant parts more effectively. So while we can't magically flip a switch to 100% and become geniuses, we absolutely can enhance our cognitive abilities. The limitless pill isn't a drug. It's a collection of habits. First, continuous learning. Challenge your brain. Read books on subjects you know nothing about. Take an online course. Learn to code. Pick up a musical instrument. The novelty and challenge are what stimulate the brain to form new connections. Second, get enough sleep. This is non-negotiable.
Apps. While you sleep?
Your brain is hard at work consolidating memories, transferring information from short-term to long-term storage, and clearing out metabolic waste products that build up during the day. Think of it as your brain's nightly maintenance and cleanup crew. Without it, your cognitive function, memory, and focus plummet. Third, physical exercise. We often separate mind and body, but they are deeply connected. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, delivering more oxygen and nutrients. It also stimulates the release of growth factors that help create new neurons, a process called neurogenesis, particularly in the hippocampus, a region crucial for learning and memory. Fourth, a healthy diet. Your brain needs the right fuel. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish are essential for building brain cell membranes. Antioxidants from fruits and vegetables protect the brain from damage. A balanced diet supports overall brain health. And finally, mindfulness and managing stress. Chronic stress is toxic to the brain, releasing hormones like cortisol that can damage brain cells and impair memory. Practices like meditation can actually change the structure of the brain, increasing density in areas associated with learning and memory while reducing activity in the stress response center, the amygdala. So, the next time you hear someone mention the 10% myth, you can tell them the truth is far more amazing. We don't have a vast, untapped ocean of brain power just sitting there waiting to be unlocked. Instead, we have a dynamic, adaptable, and incredibly powerful organ that we are sculpting and refining every single day with our thoughts, actions, and habits. You are the architect of your own brain. The potential for growth and improvement is immense, not by accessing some mythical, unused percentage, but by actively engaging with the world, challenging yourself, and taking care of the incredible supercomputer you already have. You are already using 100% of your brain's capacity for potential. The real question is, what will you do with it today? Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the mind fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into science and the world around us. Let me know in the comments what you do to challenge your brain. See you in the next video.